Hey, hello everyone. My name is Ravindra, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are seeing the collection function series. We are covering the collection function. So first we see item, then join function, then last function, length, and reverse function. If you not watch our previous videos about expressions in the Power Automate, I will recommend you to go through this course. It is very helpful you to understand and learn. So let's go to our today's point. So item. Let's first see the practically and then we see definitions and other things. Okay. So as name suggesting item. Okay. So it represents an item in an collection or in an object. Okay. So if you see we have the this SharePoint list. Okay, and in this SharePoint list, if we need this single record, okay, like Sanika or Sujata ones or the anyone, okay, we want to do some operation on this record, okay. So in that case, to retrieve this single item, okay, in Power Automate, this line is you can say as an item. To get this line, we use item function here, okay. So let's we first see. Let's we go to the dynamic content and let's I click on the title here. Okay, so if you see it is automatically go inside a loop. Okay, and inside a loop if you see we have items. Okay, in the for each loop and it is re- referencing the title is a column. So let's we use their item function as well. Okay, we cover both the functions, item as well as items. So item we represent the entire row and the items. Okay, it retrieves the column from that array. Okay, from this row if you want single column, then this is you can see it is retrieving. So let's test. Let's first I rename these items and let's rename this to the item and let's save our Power Automate flow here. Ignore the warning. So friends, you can see, okay, in the first row, okay, if you go, I go to SharePoint. So in this first row, okay, so this is in the output section. You can see all the values are present to us. Okay, ID is one. Okay, Sanika. So let's say I filter it by the ID first. So you can see Sanika is the first record. So we receive here in the output also we get a first record. So item is you understand now item represent entire row. And in the items only the title column. Okay. So if you see here we have the employee name. Okay. But if I click here, okay, let's say click on the Sanika's record. So internal name of this column, okay, in the URL, you can see it is a title type. Or you can also go to the list settings as well. In the list settings, you can see the title column. It is renamed as a employee here. Okay, first column is title here only, and internal name of that is title only. So we fetch this value here. Okay, now let's go to our another function. So another one is join function. Okay, so we already see the join action in the our last videos. Okay, if you remember in the built-in tools, okay, in the data operations we have the join action. Also we are similar of this join, we also have the join expression. So let's we use the compose operation here. Okay, and let's say showcase you how to use the join. So let's say I go to the power effects. Let's use here. join. So join needs an array. Okay, so for that purpose, let's we pass a create one array here. Okay, in the square bracket we always have an array. Okay, so we have the five numbers. Okay, and I want to join that by using semicolon. So I just simply pass here semicolon. In the join, we first object we need to pass an array, and second object we need to pass an separator. But which thing we need to separate? So in the Power Automate, we use an this function for the creation of array. Create array. So by using square bracket, it is not accepting, but in JavaScript, we it is accept. Okay, but in Power Automate, we use create array function to creation of the array. So let's we go and let's test this. Save and test. So in the output, you can see our all the array elements are separated by using semicolon here. Friends. Okay. Now let's see the next function. So next function is the last. Okay, let's I go edit. So let's understand this function. Okay, so let's we go to the share point here. Let's I remove this. So if you see my last object is here Sujata. Okay, so if I want the last item in an array, okay, so in that case we use the last operation simply. So let's we go use compose here, and let's rename this to the last. Let's go to the input section, power effects, last. Then we will pass, go to dynamic content, and we'll pass a body value. And just click on the add. Let's test the flow. So we'll get the last item from. So friends, if you see in the output section, we get the last record as Sujata with ID 5. Now let's go to the our last function. Okay, then we have the length function. Okay, so length we already cover. Okay, if you're watching this series. Okay, but those don't know, for them we will cover one more time. So let's go to expression here, length. So length function is used to count the rows in an array, how many rows are present in our array. So by using length function we will get, so it a length function you can pass a string as well as array. It will always return number as an output. Okay, how many, if you are passing string, how many character present. If you are passing an array, so how many rows are present. By using length function we will get that. So let's go test this. Let's click on save and test. Let's run our Power Automate flow. So friends, you can see we have total 5 records. So output also we get here 5. So now we have the reverse function. Okay. So if you want to reverse the order of this array, so in that case we use the reverse function. So let's say we use, go to the compose. Let's rename this to, let's click on the power effects, and let's go to dynamic content, and let's we simply pass the same array here. Okay, and let's click on the add. Let's click on the test. So friends, if you see our function run successfully, and now the first value, okay, if you see we are getting as a Sujata with ID 5. We simply reverse the order of our function. Okay, so friends, if you have any question, any doubt in this series, You can ask me in the comment box. Keep learning, keep growing, keep exploring. We are continuing this series. Okay, so be watch our next videos as well. Keep learning, keep growing. Thank you, friends.